Hi, everyone. It's Mike Gottesman with another Speaking Truth Quick Take. There's one question about the war with Iran that I don't think we're asking nearly enough. What happens if America has to fight somewhere else tomorrow? Because while Washington debates whether we can continue the war in Iran, that may be the wrong question. The question should be whether continuing this war is leaving America less prepared for the next crisis. Look at what is happening to some of our most important weapon stockpiles. Recent reporting indicates that the United States has used up to as much as two-thirds of its THAAD missile interceptors and Patriot interceptors during the Iran conflict. Now, THAAD is one of America's most sophisticated defenses against ballistic missiles. Simply put, it is designed to destroy an incoming ballistic missile before that missile reaches its target. These are enormously important weapons for protecting American forces and for allies. They cannot be replaced overnight. That's what worries me. Because Iran is not America's only potential adversary. China is watching. Russia is watching. North Korea is watching. And you can be certain that their military planners are studying this war very carefully. They aren't just watching what America is capable of destroying. They're watching what we're using to do it. They're counting our missiles. They're studying our production capacity. And they're asking, how quickly can America replace what it has used? And of course, then there is the cost. Published estimates place the continuing cost of American military operations during portions of this war at roughly 500 million per day. That's approximately 3.5 billion every week if that rate continues. And the opening days, well, they were even more expensive. The Center for Strategic and International Studies estimated the war had cost approximately 11.3 billion by day 6 and 16.5 billion by day 12. And on July 21st, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth told Congress that the Defense Department's costs associated with the war had reached a staggering $37.5 billion. But money may not be the biggest problem. Congress can appropriate another 10 billion, 20 billion, 50 billion, just add it to our country's outstanding debt. Congress can't appropriate another 1,000 missiles into existence. Sophisticated weapons require factories, components, they require skilled workers, they require supply chains, and most importantly, they require time. Now imagine another crisis begins before those inventories are rebuilt. What happens if China makes a move against Taiwan? What happens if North Korea escalates against South Korea? And what happens if Russia decides this is the moment to test NATO? Now, I'm not suggesting any of these things will happen tomorrow, but that's exactly what deterrence is supposed to prevent. An adversary doesn't have to believe America is weak, it only has to believe America is weaker today than it was yesterday. It has to believe our military is distracted, our weapons inventories are depleted, our resources are committed somewhere else, and our ability to respond to a second conflict has been reduced. That's when miscalculations become dangerous. The administration strongly disputes claims that America is running dangerously low on weapons, and the United States unquestionably remains the most powerful military nation in the world. Our nuclear deterrent remains intact. Our military retains enormous capabilities, but being powerful does not mean having unlimited weapons. And asking questions about our preparedness is not being anti military. It's exactly the opposite. Congress should be demanding answers. How many critical missile interceptors do we have left? How quickly can we replace them? Which other weapons are being depleted? And what happens if America faces another major conflict before those inventories are restored? Iran is a serious threat, but American leaders have a responsibility that goes beyond Iran. The job is not simply to make sure we have enough weapons to fight this war. Their job is to make sure we have enough weapons to defend America if the next war begins. Every additional week in Iran costs us money, costs us weapons. It consumes military resources and industrial capacity. But the greatest danger may be something we cannot put on a Pentagon spreadsheet. It's the possibility that somewhere in Moscow, Beijing, or Pyongyang, someone is looking at exactly the same numbers we are and seeing an opportunity. So before this war continues indefinitely, Congress and the administration should answer one simple question. If America wakes up tomorrow facing a second major conflict, are we ready? And if we cannot confidently answer yes, finding a diplomatic way to end the war with Iran isn't simply about Iran anymore. It is about protecting America. I'm Mike Gottesman. I hope you found this video interesting and informative, and that it makes you think more about whether America is being protected. Thank you for watching.